James Kaufman, World News Report today, April 7th, 2025. God bless you and yours, no matter where you are in the world. Please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell for critical future updates. Exposed, a typical paid protester at the April 5th hands-off protest. Yes, the Democrats are back to paying for protesters since so few people agree with their radical agenda, as has been happening for years. I've often explained to my subscribers one of my college friends is making big bucks organizing and running these protests for Democrats. And yes, they're still using your tax dollars via USAID, since our wonderful GOP senators sold us out and voted against canceling all of the NGO and nonprofit tax dollars going to these organizations that Doge identified. But let's hear what she has to say about her experience. And yes, she sold her soul to the devil for $110.
I was one of the paid protesters at the April 5th liberal protests. So I just wanted to come on and talk about my experience, what I had to do to get paid, and how much I got paid. So there were two kind of parts to it. The first was obviously just showing up. They gave me like a time and a place and told me to look for a girl with blue hair and a nose ring, which like I thought would be really hard because I thought like everyone was gonna look like that. But luckily, she was the only one. It was really easy to find her. So yeah, that was good. I checked in. They told you that you couldn't wear anything MAGA. They also asked you not to wear red. So I just wore a black t-shirt and jeans. And yeah, I checked in, and then they said just like go on the march. And then at the end there would be like a questionnaire to answer. Oh, and then the other thing is they said they would pay extra if you brought a sign. So I did bring a sign. Again, same thing, like couldn't be MAGA, had to like be in line with like the liberal agenda. So my sign said, everyone deserves a good education, which like I don't necessarily personally agree with. Like if you're gonna be a server or like a mechanic, like you don't really need an education, but I wanted to fit in. I wanted the money. I didn't want to like draw attention to myself, so that's what I went with. So anyways, I went on the march, and then at the end I checked back in, and that's when they gave me the questionnaire. And okay, the interesting thing is like you had to answer the questionnaire as if you were a liberal, and there were right and wrong answers. Like it wasn't just like whatever you thought. Like you could get the questions wrong, and you had to get them right in order to get paid. At this point, I had already invested like 2 hours of my time, so I wanted the money, you know? So the first question, for example, was why do Republicans want more women to stay home and not work and not have jobs? And again, I just kind of put myself in like their mindset. So I wrote basically like if women don't have jobs or job experiences, and they have to rely on men financially, and that gives men a lot more control over their lives. For example, like, you know, if like she's in an abusive situation or whatever, she can't really leave, especially if she has kids. She doesn't really have the means to take care of them, and she doesn't have the experience to get a job that could like afford to take care of them. So it just gives like the men a lot more control to kind of do what they want her to do, basically. So that was my answer for the first one, and I got that right. But there were some that I just like didn't really know what they would consider a right answer, you know? So I just asked, I was like, what do I do if I don't know how to answer this? And she said, just like do your best and then come talk to her at the end. So for example, there's one I didn't really know what to say. It was like, what is critical race theory, and why should it be taught, and like what's an example of like something that you can learn from it? And I didn't know what they wanted the answer to, So I just asked her about that one, and the answer that she gave is basically they just want people to understand the lasting effects and impact of segregation and discrimination. And the example she gave, what she called it generational wealth. And she explained that during slavery and during Jim Crow and even after that in some places, Black families have been essentially barred from owning homes, where white families could own a home and then pass that down, and their family can either live in that home and not have to pay for a mortgage, or they could sell that and then use that money towards other opportunities. But because Black families weren't able to own homes, they weren't able to accumulate that wealth in the same way, and they had to spend more of their income on rent. They weren't getting that back where you get back, when you buy a house. So she said that was just one example, but yeah, that was kind of her answer to that question. So I wrote that down. And yeah, I got paid. I got paid $100 for going to the protest, and then I got paid an extra $10 for bringing the sign. And overall, it's a pretty good experience. The people were pretty nice. Everyone smelled really good, which was surprising to me. But yeah, so the questionnaire had 8 questions. So let me know if you want me to talk about the other questions. Let me know if you have any questions. And I think people have different questions on that questionnaire. So let me know what your questions were, and did you get them right? Did you get them wrong? Yeah.
Sad what Generation Z will do for $100. It also shows you where our economy is. Spend their whole day out there to make $110 and end up having to sell your belief system to make the money at the end. Let me know what you think about paid protesters and the Democrats in the comments below. Let's hope that you never take part in this for $110. Let's hope you never sell your soul for $110. This one will be back. She'll be back more than once. And I'm sure that she was with a friend or 3. Or she will be next time. Please make sure to share our video so that people realize that these protesters are all just paid and have no skin in the game, no dog in the fight. Share, and always, always remember anything's possible in Bizarro World. God bless you.